Here at Akimbo, we've shown you so many incredible videos of so many incredible moments that you've probably seen enough to last you a lifetime. What? You want more? Fine, here's a big compilation of some of the best ones. A bad day at the office. Especially for the guy in that office. Sometimes bad parking itself can be a form of revenge. Even sardines don't get as close to each other as this. If you can't stick to the parking bays, then someone might stick something to you. Yes, that's right, it's the who's got the biggest mouth competition. The World Hide-and-Seek Champion. Perfect karma. Hey, your door appears to be open. Oh, that solved it. Patience is a virtue, and this truck driver has none. Cow on the line! That's gotta be a problem for train drivers, right? A car that, apparently, has no side mirrors. And even if it does, it won't for long. This dog is as quiet as a mouse, and then suddenly it becomes a chicken. A bee engaging in a bit of camera rage. Bull versus buffalo. You don't see this every day. The dog that can perform miracles. Not only a great example of dad reflexes, but he doesn't even spill his beer. With the help of his friends, this guy lived out his dream of getting to surf. In a landscape like this, a kind stranger with water is worth their weight in gold. A display of the awesome power of water. I mean, it wasn't an expensive excavator, right? Right? Well, it had to happen at some point. Drone surfing skydiving. Ah, so this is where golf balls come from.
What the?
Round two.
This guy gives birth to them.
Round two.
I could do this all day long. Holy
The drill and blast method is a widely employed technique in mining operations, and it's also extremely cool to watch. I mean, who doesn't want a car with good air conditioning? This is widely known as the "oh no you don't" maneuver. A pretty in-your-face way to get your message across. Doesn't look like the best angle of attack. The only way to arrive at the breaker's yard. Ships can't just get a taxi there. There appears to be a thing on the tracks. Truck meets tram and chaos ensues. Here's why you don't mess with someone's baby. This dog clearly got a little bit sick of being woken up at dawn every day. The winner in this skirmish is probably not who you might expect. And now an unexpected but heartwarming clip. Cats and dogs working together in harmony. Despite the stereotype, this dog did not want to see this cat in trouble. Warthogs, keeping the roads safe so you don't have to.
Oh, he's all blown up. Oh man, that's crazy.
This may look like a bit of fish cruelty, but this is actually a procedure to remove trapped gas.
There we go. There we go. We got him. There he goes. All right, yeah. You see the air coming out?
Another dog falling through a hole in the ice, and another brave human endangering himself to help. Rescuing a cat from a tree, Extreme Edition.
There we go. That's right. Here. Now we're getting someplace. Here. Here, right up here. That's right. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Let's put you in the bag. You're so sweet, sweet girl.
I'm no nautical expert, but I don't think boats should lean like that.
لا لا خلاص راعي نفسه راعي نفسه الحمد لله.
Since when did demolition become a spectator sport? Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most badly designed water tower. What's that strange sound? That's rain falling onto the ocean when you're under the ocean. This artist creates portraits imitating Greek sculptures on pieces of ice floating in the Baltic Sea. Makes those paintings your mom used to stick on the fridge look pretty crappy, huh? Got some loose change that you can't seem to use? Why not paint a masterpiece with it instead? When you've got to get out, you've got to get out. I think this is what they call poetic justice.
Dude, that's perfect. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
If your neighbor is blocking your driveway, why not make sure he can never leave again?
I kind of want to block him and should I scoot up a little closer?
Another day, another lousy crane. They're gonna need one serious amount of bread and olives to mop this up.
Holy shit.
When it comes to bad places to park, this place is definitely up there. Part rain, part boat. As you can see from the rocking train, there's a very good reason to drive slow in this area. Frankly, if this train doesn't derail, it'll be a miracle. The Fox and the Cat. Was that a Disney movie? Well, if it was, the plot probably wasn't anything like this. White tigers are pretty rare, and about to get even rarer. Everybody needs a good dog nurse.
Oh, thank you. The best nurse.
For 2 days, they thought he was lost. They found him protecting the newborn sheep. Or maybe he just fancied himself a lamb dinner. But either way, it's cute. A dog, or as it's otherwise known, an early warning system. Even the least cute of animals need rescuing once in a while. To be fair, this little guy was coming in whether they liked it or not. Here's someone who's in the running for Dad of the Century.
Nice.
Just like a drunk person, it slowly leans further and further until it collapses. Yeah, there's no way this guy's human. This is a 3D pen, and this is what you can do with it. This Japanese artist creates works based on the experiments of German physicist and musician Ernst Chladni, also known as the father of acoustics. Even the police aren't above parking laws. This not only teaches the driver a lesson, it keeps the car nice and fresh. The benefits of having a small and lightweight car. This may have just been his first day on the job.
That's my family.
There seems to have been a slight miscalculation here. Can you spot it? Something may have just gone wrong here. Here's some intense footage of a derailment that looks like it came straight from a movie. Both the motorist and train driver immediately had to stop and change their underwear. This looks more like a game to me. Unless one of them hates being chased, of course. Frankly, this giraffe just looks slightly annoyed. This girl has a very specific cow exclusion zone. Nine lives each, so this baby is 45 times more safe than most babies. That's a true friend right there.
Grady got away.
For this guy, their similarities meant more than their differences. A nice pit stop for a dog on a hot day. Let's hope the guy driving that excavator has a decent face mask. A front row seat for a train derailment. If he drives his car the same way he drives his bike, then it must have a sunroof. It's happened. Real-life Transformers now walk among us. This little guy seems pretty happy despite his obvious defects. There's more than one person taking revenge in this area.
He deserves one of these. Oh my god, guys, someone else already wrote them a note. Sir, this is the worst parking I've ever seen. Everyone in the vicinity is worse off for having been in the presence of your parking.
When neighbors come together to take revenge on a neighbor. A skilled forklift driver is exactly what's needed here. His handling of this dumpster is garbage. Watch as several stories of whoops come crashing down.
My God. Shit.
We can only assume that the rent on these market stalls is pretty cheap. Here's a man who really needs to get to the other side in a hurry. Truly dramatic footage here. A train derailed by a bomb. How fast is a leopard really? Terrifyingly fast. This bird may just be the biggest troll the animal kingdom has ever seen. This lion is being ambitious, perhaps even over-ambitious. He always slows down so his owner can keep up. Why? Because he's a dog, and that means he's got a heart of gold. Nobody feels safer using the ATM than this woman. This bull got a little too close, so the family dog got even closer.
And he's just read that Alan Reeves standing next to him is a match.
Meeting your organ donor is a highly emotional moment, especially when it's unexpected.
The faculty and staff of McIntosh High know of his donor search and are finding out right now, too. It's emotional.
An unusual but thoughtful use for the lift at the back of a truck. They noticed a deer in distress, and because of that, it soon wasn't. I mean, I'm not a structural engineer, I'm just a voiceover guy, but it really shouldn't be leaning like that. This may look like a demolition, but it just happened randomly, following an earthquake. One of the many reasons why you should never run a red light. This guy doesn't need a huge animation budget like Disney or Pixar. All he needs is a tiny notebook. There are highly skilled fighter pilots, and then there are just show-offs. Leave it to Disneyland to make the magic of Beauty and the Beast truly come alive. If you're a bus driver blocked by a poorly parked car, then where do you go for help? Easy, the local pub. This guy should rent himself out from neighborhood parking disputes. Sailing around in something that looks like a modern-day pirate ship is fun, but pirates didn't have bridges to contend with.
Qué cagada. Qué cagada, qué cagada, qué cagada. Abandona. Le va a caer en el remolcador, Qué cagada.
A train pileup is even more problematic than a car pileup. The most shocking thing about this is the relaxed way the guy exits his car. The most dangerous thing about wearing headphones is not their effect on your ears. Rhinos are formidable, but this buffalo has decided to pick a fight with one who's been dehorned. This dog seriously bit off more than he could chew. Remember the scene in Bambi when Bambi's mom kicks a tiger's butt? When your cat goes to veterinary school. Here's a burglar changing his mind at record speed. This pooch has just been made captain of his own personal boat. In any relationship, it's important to have someone who holds you up. When home fireworks go wrong. Cranes are designed to lift things up. Shame they can't do the same for themselves. When trees start to bend, it's probably a good time to take cover. Love your work, and you'll never work a day in your life. Here's one guy who never has to decide what to wear every time he goes out. This may just be the world's most secret tree. Well, until this guy showed up. Here's an original way to deal with people parking on your driveway. Build a fence around them. It's your property after all.
The lack of response forced him to go from a good neighbor to a businessman.
Oh, well, at least he's parked in the space specifically designated for him.
So give this boy his own personal parking space as outlined by the chalk, so it will wash away, no damage caused, so he has arsehole parking, which he'll get when he comes round.
Well, this definitely was the wrong driveway to park in. He'll need a drink given how much money he just wasted. Surely it's easy to notice your trailer still being up. It's not like your trunk being open, is it? No, they're not waiting for a lift back to the farm. They're stuck. You should never stick your head out of a train, especially not when you see things like this. A great place for a camera. A David versus Goliath situation if I ever saw one. You picked the wrong house, Pooh Bear. Why is this fight even happening? How did they even manage to upset each other? Something tells me that this girl is never gonna get bullied. When a dog is built like this, you should really make a special effort to be nice to its owner. This is some amazing and disaster-averting tugboat captaining. Saving a child's life, all in a day's work for a school bus driver.
That was a good grab.
A good cop won't let something like a TV interview stop him from carrying out his duty.
Run, man! Run! He's being inappropriate to my daughter just up here. Yes, you were, mate! You're gonna get together. What? Are you laughing?
Do any cranes ever manage to stay standing? A self-moving trailer is quite different to a self-driving car. Whoever this guy is, he should probably be designing weapons for the next Ghostbusters movie. Fishing rods? Who needs them? question, does he realize that something called a ladder has been invented? He parked over their driveway and right in the firing line of their garden sprinkler. It couldn't be more clearly signposted, really, could it? Well, here's the sign, and here's the idiot who ignored it. Revenge time.
I didn't know these were electric. Come on now.
It was his first day, and his last day, possibly on Earth. The only thing this fishing trawler caught was a whole lot of trouble. It's a turbine generator fire, and that's not good. When this train derailed, it really derailed. Oh, you're in deep water now, Pooch. And in a moment, you might be there literally. Stoat versus rabbit versus pheasant. How often do you get to say that sentence? Mongoose versus Cobra, the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the animal world. Dogs that know exactly what their duty is when it comes to the small folks in the family. Go on, try to mug her. I dare you. And here's someone else displaying Superman-level strength. And then, from out of the smoke, a hero arrived. Sometimes even water decides to travel by road. When a pleasant day's skiing creates a natural disaster.
Avalanche! Avalanche! Stay back!
Where are you?
On top of it.
This is the stump-tailed chameleon, and it's the smallest chameleon on the planet.
This is a Brookesia, or a stump-tailed chameleon. It's a female. You can see how fat she is. She's very pregnant. She's also got a short tail. The males would have a longer tail.
You've probably heard of crop circles left by UFOs, but cedar tree circles? She blocked them in, so they blocked her in, and then the tow truck showed up. Ah, neighbors. Well, if it's parked on your property, then you can do anything you want to it, right?
Move that wire. I mean, that fucking...
Believe it or not, the captain of the ferry you're currently watching is asleep. A burning yacht. Apparently the smoke smells like money. No, it's not just leaning to allow passengers to slide out onto the other side. A train crashed so bad that even luggage is trying to escape.
Se dejen arriba del tren. Hay pasajero.
I believe this is what you call a sucker punch. Yeah, I'd just hand over the goodies if I were you. There's gonna be some big headaches in the morning. Huh. So, apparently, the dogs are now giving the cats a run for their money. Fortunately, he was able to rely on somebody else's eyes. When this earthquake hit, he knew what his priority should be. A daring cliffside rescue. Another crane? Apparently doing what cranes are naturally meant to do. A high-vis jacket doesn't stop you from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. These chickens don't care where they drop their eggs. They're like horses with poop. The great thing about this restaurant is that your food is very rarely dry. Eating this cake would be like trying to eat the Mona Lisa. Here's another nice, subtle way to extricate yourself from being blocked in. Here's someone else who hasn't gotten the hang of how gas stations work.
Honestly, I'd rather not. I'll just watch.
A drunk idiot with a guardian angel. An entire train line collapses in Mexico. Scary. When a trolley bus meets a tram, head on. This is a violin mantis, but it would look quite at home piloting a tiny UFO. Let's just hope this was started on purpose, and that it was already finished at the time. I think you'll find this belongs to me. What are you doing in my house? Robot dog meets a dog made of, well, meat.
Battle mode. How about the crouch stance?
When your dinner decides to fight back.
Oh, yes.
You can just tell that this dog's pretty proud of himself, can't you? when there's more humanity in the animal than in the human. A thief who was in the worst possible place at the worst possible time. When loneliness gets replaced with kindness. There's nothing like a nice, relaxing day at the beach. This pool is for the use of everyone, including the roof. And you thought finger painting was only for toddlers. How much power can you generate from a 1-inch punch? You might be surprised. This artist's mission is to give solid stone the illusion of softness. Warning, never have a pillow fight with these things. What's the opposite of an explosion? This! Dogs guarding people at ATMs have clearly become a trend. But it's a good trend. Home invasion? Not in this house. Mess with his owner, and he will bite your face off. When you're traveling down a residential street, you don't usually expect the tide to come in. A trailer that moves itself. Not quite what you'd describe as a perfect game.
What kind of angle is this?
Ice tennis, where every competitor dreams of one day playing at Ice Wimbledon. No, this isn't a Lego set. These are all genuine, real-life bridge houses. You're looking at Uperlights, a rare type of fluorescent sodalite rock that glows under ultraviolet light. The cameraman clearly doesn't care about this, but somebody does. Who needs a broomstick when you've got a cat hand? This is an angry bear, but not quite angry enough. Seeing the light at the end of a tunnel isn't always a good thing. It started with rising and ended with dismantling. This is a pangolin, and yes, it's a bit like a baby dragon. This is the canine equivalent of a face-off before a boxing match. This is a large flock of snow geese gradually taking off like a wave. You'd have a better chance getting through a brick wall. It's a turbo generator, but it's about to be an X-turbo generator. He's magnificent, and he knows it. Animals don't come more color coordinated than the ribbon eel. If I could do this with my body, then I wouldn't have to record voiceovers to make a living. You don't want to make the costly mistake of missing one of our uploads. Click that subscribe button before you head out.